Welcome back, note takers. This is Noah and Aaron with the On a Real Note podcast.
And this is Aiden, and I still don't have a dating show about my weak-ass dating life.
Oh,
And I am still single, just like these little people.
Well, they're not really that single as they claim to be, but we'll get into that. What was that show called? Little Big Lies? Little Big Lies? That's what we got going on here.
Not Little Big Lies. You are insane. But I feel like we are in our TLC era a little bit, because what they got going on the Learning Channel, Not Learning Channel is very intriguing lately.
It is. They've been really, I was thinking about this earlier, and I posted on the Clock app about this just today. That I was saying, like, TLC is really back because they've really like ran it back to what got them started. Because back in the day, like what really got TLC moving was shows about little people, shows about the Amish, and and shows about just freaky deekies. And they got all that going on right now. They got Little Singles. They got the Double Lives of Suburban Wives. We had Suddenly Amish earlier this year. So we're really going back. TLC's running it back, which I'm happy for, because I really lost interest in TLC for a while when it was just like 90 Day Everything.
Yeah, not to discourage that franchise. It's the reality show I want to be on the most. I'm not gonna lie. Once I find a fireman of any country who want to go on the ride, but it's very all encompassing. It's a lot to learn, and I'm glad they diversified. Oh, hey Chanel, for the podcast viewers, Noah's cat made a little cameo in the back. I mean, for the listeners, but
she gonna be turning up, and they're gonna accuse me of putting her on sedatives and making her be there.
Oh wow! Oh wow! I mean, I don't think you're Joe. I don't think you're Carol Baskin or Joe Exotic.
Right. Well, I'm sure at some point she got a leak from that damn thing. So y'all gonna see she is not sedated.
Well, clearly she had some input on the show. Clearly she enjoys TLC as well. But
yes,
no, it's making their little comeback as a network, and Double Lives of Suburban Wives has kind of brought in. But we saw the show Little Singles, and I was kind of intrigued. Although, not gonna lie, at first I thought it was giving like Love Island meets Little People Big World, but it's more like Summer House meets Little People Big World.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, we've kind of got basically the kind of basic premise of the show is we've got this group of 5 friends. They all are people with dwarfism, and they're kind of going to Palm Springs. They're going to hang out in this house together and kind of just party and turn up, and kind of like, I guess I feel like they didn't necessarily, because there was kind of this premise of like, oh, we're single and we're gonna find love, but like it wasn't necessarily that really. All the way.
No, I feel like the show title needs some reworking. It essentially is Summer House, but with little people. So I thought they should have. Obviously, they can't say Summer House. Bravo owned that, but
yeah.
I just feel like there could have been another title. They could have reworked.
Well, I mean, just like Double Lives of Suburban Wives versus Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like you can get a little creative with it.
Like, I don't know, Little People House probably sounds crazy. Also, especially because it wasn't a house like adapted for little people, which is what you would think.
Can you call it like Lil Mama's house or something? I don't know. Is that too close to Big Mama's house?
I don't know. Single Summer? I don't know.
I like that. Single Summer.
I don't know. Or something Palm Springs. Either way, we are not on TLC's marketing department, so no more free ideas unless they want to pay us. But the show definitely needs some reworking. But overall, the concept was good. The show was there. But, it's a group. It's only 5 castmates, which I feel like in the modern reality television landscape is a little bit on the smaller side. So the personalities have to kind of deliver, which wouldn't say there's a breakout, standout star of the show. I mean, Krista, but
yeah. I mean, I think our boy Sammy, he has definitely very quickly joined the iconic realm of toxic men on reality TV.
Well, yes, he did a speed run of that. But I will say overall, good show, good dynamic between the cast. It's an example of a show where, there's kind of a real friend group, natural bonds at the core, which seems to be this new trend in reality television where you kind of have the cast ahead of time and they're casting entire friend groups, which is what Housewives started with, but Suburban Wives, Mormon Wives, nannies, Nanny Top is kind of running with.
Right. I'm glad we're really getting back to that, because I feel like we really did have this long period of like ensemble shows where it's like clear that like these people don't fucking know each other. They
Mhm.
like are just meeting and just hanging out just to do the show. Like there's no dynamics or history here. We had a really long era of that, and I agree with you. It feels like we're moving away from it and really getting into just better casting overall for these ensemble shows.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to watch people like the dynamics of people meeting for the first time and getting to kind of know each other and whatnot, I'm gonna watch like a reality competition show or like a
Mhm.
dating show like Love Island or something. Like I'm gonna watch a show like that. But I'm just gonna like watch a day in the life ensemble cast show. Like I want dynamics. I want like history that we get to learn about and kind of watch relationships evolve.
Exactly, which is what Little Singles kinda gives us, but this premiered
Mhm.
earlier in the summer, so definitely I feel like settling into the vibe and realm of a summer house.
Yeah.
And it was a 10-episode show, yeah, which the finale was actually earlier this week on Monday. This episode is airing on Wednesday, which we're
Yeah.
mainly covering the first little bit of it. Now,
Hmm.
when I got glimpses of the finale, we're recording the day it aired. I got enough of a glimpse of it to see that the show damn near ends in an orgy. So just to show you, they're living up to the single title
Absolutely. I mean,
a little bit. It's not really a dating show, but love and exploration of their sexuality is kind of core to
yeah.
them, their dynamic. And we understand a lot of them met at the Little People convention, which, if you're familiar with these shows, then you've kind of heard about these conferences, which I used to watch these from Little Women Atlanta, and I didn't watch all of them. So I was familiar with the
Yeah.
conference. Know a lot of them had went just really where they get to network and feel at home for once. So that's where kind of the core group started, which we have JJ, not JJ, we have John.
Yeah. He's
What's
the
the Playboy
connector.
name?
Uh, I think, yeah, no, because we have
Oh,
John.
Playboy.
Yeah, we have John, we
Stephanie.
have Stephanie, we have Sammy, we have
Oh yeah,
Krista, and we have
Sammy's old
JJ as our
Playboy.
main cast. But
Sammy's old Playboy, and then we rounded out with Krista, who's kind of familiar with them, and JJ, who's also kind of familiar with them, more friends with Steph, and
yeah,
who's also a reality TV veteran. She was on Little Women New York as Jordana.
right.
So she's
That and
bringing in some credentials, some experience.
that's the thing is I thought she looked familiar because I didn't necessarily watch Little Women New York, but I definitely like I saw her and I'm like, I feel like I've seen like clips or screen grabs or something of her somewhere before. Like she looked familiar. So once I realized that she had been on reality television before, I was like, oh, okay, okay.
Mhm. Which a lot of these shows made me realize, like, entertainment industry and these kind of things are very big for Little People as, like, an outlet to make money, like, that's why a
Yeah.
lot of them do have, like, larger followings, do a lot of reality shows and entertainment programming because
Hmm.
probably one of the more lucrative things that they can do, so it was
Yeah.
kinda eye-opening to me because a lot of them had followings and, did cosplay events and did fairs and conventions with that as I was diving into their Instagrams. Even the people that were
Yeah.
more, like, friend ofs, like Jasmine and was his name Jamari?
Jamari,
Who was a
yeah.
Harlem Globetrotter. And then Jasmine did cosplay events and had her own following, which I want her on next season. So you
Absolutely.
often do see like the casual trend in reality TV where everyone's kind of social media famous or has some clout already, but
Mhm.
that's just the name of the game. I'm like average height or little person, you got to have some followers to get a show.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's just they want some level of like you got to draw on somebody. One else, I think in general, a lot of these places, I mean, they love a little like free marketing. They're like, if we can get the cast to like post, on their social media accounts to like their, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers, like, hey, come tune in.
Right? And bitches like us making episodes about it.
Right. We giving them free advertising too.
Right?
But yeah, overall, like I think as you watched it, I think because both of us, like, we definitely went into it maybe like having the wrong idea of it because I too thought it was going to be a little bit more like a Love Island type situation. Um, like, at what point would you say you started to kind of realize, like, oh, okay, this is a little different than what I thought it would be?
About 5 minutes in, because
Yeah,
there was no host, there was no
right,
bitches moving into a villa. I was like, oh, okay, it's giving Friend Group, it's giving Real World, it's giving,
right,
like I will probably say Summer House a million times because it's the most direct comparison to a show I have for this because they're literally in a house for a summer. Even though I
yeah,
never watched that show, I've only seen the Martha's Vineyard edition. But after a while, I realized, okay, it was giving Friend Group. I thought there would be more of a dating component, either like more people moving in or more getting
Yeah.
introduced. Clearly, they wanted to go cheap with the pilot season. 5 core castmates they had to pay, and then going from there. They did
Mhm.
mix in enough dating interests and characters and friend ofs that you never really got bored, and you still could follow everyone's journey. But
Mhm.
I do feel like they could definitely benefit from an expanded cast. But early
Right.
on, I realized I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. But it took me a while to get into it. I would say the show moves slow, but let's just
Yeah.
talk about the cast and the setup before we get into the intricacies.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, do we want to start with John since he's kind of like the connector of the group,
Let's do it.
and he's the one that kind of
Sweet
brings
baby
us in?
John.
Yeah. So John, he like. Well, so initially I felt like he was more of like the sweetest one, but then we kind of find out things later. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm questioning you a little bit, John.
Yeah.
Um, but he's kind of he's fun, he's light, he's kind of the connector of the group where everybody has like a friendship with him and he kind of brings them all together. It's kind of introduces like he's the one that's like inviting them to this house for the to stay and everything and hang out. And yeah, everyone seems to like really have great things to say about him. Everyone seems to really like him. He's very like popular amongst the group and he seems well connected within like the network of other little people out there. I mean, he mentions obviously going to a lot of these conventions. He seems to know a lot of people. Um and yeah, I think and he's kind of he feels a little bit more grounded, where I feel like some of the others on the show are a little bit more out there, you know?
Yeah. Not to necessarily call him a straight man, but definitely, more of that neutral character, more of the connector. I wouldn't say he's actively like a Cynthia Bailey trying to solve conflicts, but he is like everyone's kind of friend and trying to get everyone out there and,
Yeah.
at the core of a lot of things going on. But I will say he is not involved in the romantic drama because he is not single. He has a girlfriend overseas
Which we find out
that
later.
he dealing with. So it's kind of his core of the storyline. But he, like we said, he's Sammy and Samantha. I keep calling this girl a damn different name. Steph. They're kind of like the core trio within that because they've known each
Yeah.
other for a while. They're kind of been like the three amigos.
Yeah.
Steph got a little crush on Sammy, which is kind of like to be expected. And Sammy himself, kind of just like fuck boy player, very frat boy energy. Definitely
Mhm.
would have thrived in a little fraternity, Greek life coded.
Yeah.
I would say Steph is very, a little on the nerdier side, a bit of a girl next door. Definitely give
Yeah.
somebody that would get cast on Survivor and vote out some other girls at the first tribal council.
Yeah. So you're saying
And then
she's
we
not a
get,
girl.
yeah. And then we get JJ, who's kind of just like a straight woman,
When
feisty
she
a little bit, self determined, a little bit older,
Yeah, she's the
a little
oldest
bit
of the group.
messy. Yeah, oldest of the group. I think she's more of like a Cynthia Bailey. She was given bone carrier
Yeah.
connector, low key.
Right. She's messy in an evolved way.
Yeah, the messy and involved way, but also actively involved in the dating part. I would say Sammy, JJ, Steph, and Krista, they all put their dating life at the forefront.
Oh
And
yeah.
Krista's kind of like presented a little bit, bad bitch, prissy.
Yeah.
So, not like fully stuck up, but definitely presented in a way like, I'm the cute bitch.
Right. I think just like in a way that, she's very pretty and everyone kind of comments
Hmm.
on it. Um, and
She
she
definitely
seems
has the
very
fish
aware
out
of
of
it.
water. Yeah, she definitely has
Yeah.
the fish out of water archetype you see in a lot of reality shows. Like, oh, you're the new one of the group. Or, oh, you just moved
Yeah.
here. Oh, you're working your way into the circle. Like, she's that.
Right. That thing, yeah, they needed Karen Huger there to help her out to be like, this is a very tough
Yeah.
circle to get into.
Which my first question to Krista is like, are you black? I didn't get I literally, if you Google that question now, AI will pull up an Instagram post that they posted of their grandparents or something. Like, you will get the receipts. I don't know if Krista's trying to hide it, or if it's just like Trisha Paytas all over again, where they do not have to look up ancestry. I think
Okay.
they have, which she kind of favors Trisha in the face, or is that an insult? I don't know. You don't see it?
No, I mean,
I'm making it up.
I think Trisha Paytas. I think she's pretty. She's got a rotted soul, but she's pretty.
I always thought she was pretty on her reality show, Who Wants to Be a Superhero, back in like 2005.
Yeah, yeah.
But
What? And I see it. I think Kristen. She's kind of got that like. kind of like Malibu look and everything. Like she looks a little Barbie-esque.
She does. But like the ancestry, you don't see
Yeah.
it, Noah? Or do you? I mean, I don't know if I should. Can you answer that question?
What I can say, Aiden, is that we appreciate mixed people over here on the
You know
Honorable
what?
Male podcast.
Wow. Wow, Nini.
We need to have the lady that coined that term mixed. We need to have her on the show. Um,
Well, I'll have my people reach out.
absolutely. And just she
But
can't have any coconuts on set.
well, there won't be any pedophiles on set.
Ooh, there we go. Well, there you have it.
No, he got
But
charged. Didn't he get
back to
charged?
well, back to the show. Let's talk about the fuckboy Sammy. He is messy. He's very messy.
You know, from very early on, we see that Sammy likes attention from women. He likes what it
Yeah,
signals. You know, he likes, embracing the little frat boy persona that he's trying to live up to. So,
yeah,
we see that him and Steph have this kind of secret relationship that they haven't exactly told John or really
yeah,
anybody in the house.
yeah.
So that's
And
kind
it's
of the
been going
core
on
of the
for like a
first six
year.
episodes. Yeah. Pretty much for the first six episodes, we're dealing with them and their non relationship and him
Mhm.
flirting with Krista because he sees Krista. He's like, ooh.
Well,
And then also women outside the house that he's like, ooh.
yeah. Yeah, no, he's kind of consistently shifting and, like, he's so blatant in it too, the way that, like, he'll, like, be kinda coming on to one in front of the other, and then, like, when the one isn't really, returning the interest right, he'll, like, shift over to the other one, and it's like, "Sir."
Yeah.
Like,
To the
that's
point
crazy.
I was like, are you just deliberately trying to play them, or is it just like some overcorrection rejection sensitivity? Not to make sense that it's all right, but it's like the way that he would immediately be like, okay, next option, and almost kind
Yeah,
of
no, I
default
think
to Steph, who would keep dealing with
uh
it. I don't
yeah,
know.
no, that their whole dynamic I knew their dynamic was gonna be a fucking disaster when it's episode 1, they're establishing they've known each other for 10 years, and they've been in this, like, romantic situation for about a year, like, they first hooked up about a year ago, and she's asking him episode 1, like, "Well, what are we?" It's like, "This happened a year ago,
We're
and you're
just
asking what are
ordinary
we?"
people,
That's how I knew this was gonna be some bullshit,
right? Now you get it on the cam, doesn't act brand new.
right? And she was really crashing out, like, every week, every episode.
Steph was not adjusting quite well to it. Especially because Krista was pretty and she was also a little bit pampered and everyone was kind of like catering to her.
Mhm.
So kind of made it hard to see. So things would be going on right in front of her eyes and stuff would kind of be obviously annoyed in her feelings. But from a
Mhm.
viewer's perspective, it went on too damn long. We could cap
Yeah,
that
no
episode for because once the love triangle, because it was fun. But once it kind of wraps up, they're all kind of expanding a little bit. The show
yeah,
gets really good and interesting, and I'm kind of involved. But once it was just like the same, Sammy doing this, Steph crying, Sammy calls his mom, Chris is acting
yeah,
confused. It was
yeah,
just like, all
which
right.
with
Very
Steph
straight people TV coded.
yeah,
Like, this is what I
wi
imagine goes on in the actual summer house. I like this boy. Oh no, he likes this other boy. This
right,
other guy's turning up. And it's just like, I imagine it's that.
I can see that, I don't watch Summer House either, so I could see that being what it is. Um, but I like and then, like, when it comes to Steph, it's hard because, honestly, all of the girls in the show kind of come off kinda pick me to me, I don't know if it's just me that's catching that,
Yeah.
but
And I
everyone
saw
kinda
similar
gives pick me
commentary on
vibes.
Reddit.
Yeah, like, it seems like all the girls on here kinda give pick me vibes, but, like, Steph gives, like, the worst pick me vibes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, and it's just weird, like, she especially because I mean, JJ is the oldest, but, like, Steph, she's, like, 32, I think, something like, she's, like,
Yeah.
32. Um, and I don't know, I kinda felt like Kiki on Miami that talking to Adriana, like, "You are too old to be acting like this." Uh,
With
because
Steph, it's kind of bad because she's just kind of just like waiting around, like she's fine being the default or like not confident
yeah,
enough. She's a pretty girl. She should be a little more confident. And I feel like
right,
it manifests in them all differently. Krista's definitely just like loves the attention and knows she can kind of keep guys
uh-huh,
alive because she's cute.
Mhm.
I think, she has some power. And I think JJ's
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle between them both.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, and I think
But I think she's the least pick-me-ish of the 3, JJ.
JJ, yeah, I think so, and I think that probably does come with just, like, age, experience. I mean, especially for her because, like, she's older than them, and she's done
Mhm.
reality TV before, and she's not new to a lot of this shit. So, like, she just definitely, I think, has that
Yeah.
leg up over the younger ones. Um, but yeah, and the thing with Steph too is, like, when she's not crashing out over the JJ JJ, sorry. When she's not crashing out over the Sammy bullshit, like, she actually is, like, she seems like a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Right? But I would say the one crash out that had her cackling, she's like, "You was lotioning Chris's legs with my sunscreen." Because I would have crashed out over that shit too. 'Cause how you gonna use my
That was
super
my
glue, my
favorite when she was
expensive ass super glue, to lotion up some other person's
that
legs?
yeah, that part cracked me up as well when she was talking about, like, "You're looking at with my sunscreen, mind you." I mean, that would piss me off. That would piss me off.
But I was like, you know what? You made some points, stuff. You made some points, stuff. Because like,
Right, well, that's like
this
so
is the sunscreen I
that's some
like to use. This shit is
that oh,
expensive.
don't plug that for free. Um,
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow gonna call you?
she might. She seems crazy. Um, and she ain't gonna help me get into one of those apartments in Israel. Uh, but sh that and I don't know. That's like some Carrie Bradshaw, like, fucking your husband and eating your Chinese leftovers afterwards. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, yes. Well, yes.
Oh, my man is lotioning up your legs. It was funny to me though, the way that, like, because then when the girls, JJ, Steph, and after that whole thing were and Krista, when they were all in the bedroom together, like, talking, and Steph was like, "Oh, I don't blame you, Krista, like, I don't blame you, it's not your fault," or whatever, but then, like, afterwards for the right, it's clear that you don't like Krista over there. It's clear you got a problem with it. It was
Right?
giving, when we went and saw Death Becomes Her, when Helen goes to Madeline, and it's like, "Oh, I never blamed you. Ernest, did what he wanted." And then she goes to Ernest, "I never blamed you. It's Madeline's fault."
It's playing all kind of sides. But no, they
Right.
clearly after a while didn't like Krista, would kind of like be rude towards her. Or like
Yeah.
a little bit dismissive, or just like we're gossipy. As it happens on a reality TV show house. I
Right.
don't know why JJ kind of obviously I think she's known stuff longer, so she kind of defaults to that side, which
Mhm.
put Krista in a bad situation. But there was
Right.
this one scene where they were just like, "Ugh, she takes forever and expects everything to be done for her." Which there are some things where Krista's like, "I've never been grocery shopping by myself before."
At
And like she
30
doesn't
years
really know how to
old.
cook, and they're cooking for her. But it's like, y'all cooking for her, but complaining about it. I'm just like, I'd to it, I'll be like, "Hey, have some cereal. Good luck."
Right, right.
But then they
One
want to
thing
complain
yeah.
about it. So it's like,
One
you
thing, yeah,
can't
that
have
you
your
can't
cake and eat it too in that situation.
one thing, you can't be, like, enabling and accommodating somebody and then complain about the fact that they're, like, letting you do it. It's like, "Well, you're doing it."
Right? Which is an
Well, I
interesting
think
scene. Oh, you
I
go.
feel like JJ kind of I feel like JJ kinda tried to ride the fence and, like, be on both sides for as long as she could until she kinda had to shift, and, like, I
Yeah.
think you mentioned she knew Steph longer, was probably closer to her, so when she kind of had to be more on a side, it's like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go to this side."
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like JJ was trying to be the mature voice of reason in the beginning. But once I kind of got off the rails, she was kind of turning up a little bit. She's like,
Right,
"Okay, man, I used to mess with this being here. I can go be a little fun."
right,
So
that was drama when he came in, and she was like, "Oh, I used to hook up with him." It's like,
I was like, "Ooh, okay,
"Oh."
JJ, you was getting down." Which I was like, JJ's body was tea. I was like, "Okay, girl, you go to the Pilates classes."
Right, I cackled when they had to when I think, when John and Sammy when they had to pay for JJ and oh my god, what was the guy's name again?
John,
No,
Sammy.
no, JJ's ex,
Oh, what was that boy name?
right? I can't remember, but when
Jamani.
yeah, when they had to pay for their dinner and he was like, Hopefully they're just gonna be worried about their abs and just order, like, some grilled chicken and a salad."
Well,
Which yeah, the
I don't know. Them girls
which I
can
mean, they
eat,
got body yada yada, so I could see it.
right? But them girls can eat. Remember when Crystal talked about, "Oh, I had a big lunch today." And then
Right.
they told her to drive through order a 30-piece nugget. I was like, "Oh, okay, bitch. You
Well,
just like us. You just like
sometimes you just
us."
gotta get lit.
Right? No, I was here for it. I was like, "Okay, bitch."
A 30-piece nugget, that is kinda crazy, but you know what? I'm not gonna judge,
I was here for it. I was here for it.
right? One, sometimes sometimes it's like, "You know what? If you haven't eaten all day, that might just be what you need."
Yeah. But I would say was something I really liked about the show that shined, as annoying as Sammy was, but his and John's dynamic was just kind of fun. Like,
They
even
were
though
fun.
sometimes there was some one-sided friendship and Sammy was going on girls that John would like even glance at, they
Mhm.
had a good like banter and dynamic that would show like, genuine friendship and fun. And like, I
Yeah.
calculate their little straight boy nonsense sometimes. Like, I was having a blast.
I
So
I
I would say their dynamic and genuine friendship was like one of the highlights of the show.
I knew they were true friends. I can't remember if it was episode 1 or 2, but I knew they were true friends when they were recounting one of them was waxing the other's asshole. I was like, "What?"
Oh wow.
I was I was like, "You gotta be real close for that shit."
Right? I don't even think we reached that level yet.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if we ever will. But I was calculating like their first confession together, they were roasting each other's hairline. He was like, "Yeah,
Right.
you got a receding hairline." He's like, "Well, you got a fuck ass alfalfa haircut." I was like, "Ooh, a little Rascals reference."
I get it. Another thing I really liked about the show too, and I kinda like this in a lot of shows where you have people who are other not that I don't think dwarfism is considered like a disability, but like for somebody that has
Yeah,
like dwarfism or like other shows showing people that have like
yeah,
disabilities or just like other physical
yeah.
differences, I like seeing the way they kind of address like certain ways that they have to do things. Like there's scenes where they talk about like, oh, like we're going to the grocery store. Like, do you normally ask for help, or have you ever taken a stool to the grocery store, or do you climb the shelves and shit?
Right? They were climbing the fuck out of themselves. I was like, "Ooh,
Right. Yeah, they kind of address that, and they also like kind of address like other people being like rude, like regular sized people
yeah,
like doing rude shit. Like we kind of see scenes of people staring at them, and we even see a fucking scene of somebody
yeah."
recording them, which was nuts.
No, I was nuts.
Well, because I feel
That's pretty
like
much like every episode. There's a lot of like staring, which
yeah,
it's beyond the point of just like, oh, these people are being filmed and Palm Springs is full of nosy old people. No, like it was.
right.
I was like, oh wow, this is a lot of staring.
Well, right, and I feel like though the thing with like staring is I feel like in some ways that can kind of be played off, but to pull out your phone and just be like, "Oh,
Right,
I see a person with dwarfism, so I'm going to record them and take
right,
pictures." I'm like, "That's nuts!" Like,
right. It was like me in Thailand. Bitch, you would have thought I was famous.
right? But it,
So I know how they feel in that moment.
yeah, you understand what it's like to have dwarfism.
You know what? I'm not doing this with you, Kenya.
Is TLC reaching out to you for a little single season too?
No, but they're reaching out to me for interracial podcast host.
Well,
That's it. That's the show.
who are you going to go film with?
Um, the Nessa Rose actress.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
I don't, you know what? We're just going to get back on. I got a little off the
Get
rails.
back on track.
Talk,
Let's talk.
let's just
Let's talk about our very colorful friends. So they
yeah.
had Jasmine briefly show up, who
She
was
was fun. She
Krista's
seemed like a lot
friend.
of fun.
She was fun. Her hair was late. I'm like, oh, you got a good hair vendor for your TV appearance.
Right? I know she seemed like fun, and I kind of liked, she was giving some insight to her friend, and I like the way she's kinda like, "Well, this is what I think is happening, but I'm not gonna say that for sure because I don't know her that well." And
Yeah.
she's and I'm like, "What? Well, you still said it on camera."
Right? I mean, I feel like they need to expand it to have her on season 2. I think it's a natural pathway because Krista probably does need an ally. And they
Yeah.
could probably afford to add 1 more girl and even 2 more guys if they wanted to.
Well, I think
I mean, there was this guy,
especially
Anthony, who was part of Krista's own love triangle, so he had her own kind of triangle situation, but
mhm,
Anthony kinda dies off towards the end, but he's also a little person. They met at a convention.
yeah,
And Krista's whole storyline is that she's never been or dated with a little person before, so that's kind of been repeated and hammered down. She
yeah,
kinda has him as a love interest, which I wouldn't mind seeing him again as one of the tertiary characters. She had
mhm.
her little cute average height boy. What was his name? Parker? I don't
Yeah,
know.
Parker, I think, yeah.
But a lot of these boys they was messing with were very young, like very like 22-year-old frat boys. Which I was
Yeah,
just like, oh, it's given you're home from college for the summer.
right? And you're just gonna go hook up with some ladies. Um Yeah, no, I do think that this season, if they were gonna have just these 5 main cast members, it should have been shorter. I think it could have benefited from that.
Yeah.
Or if they were gonna insist on doing the 10 episodes, there should have been a few more, like, main characters in
Yeah.
here.
I'm wondering how they got 10 episodes, but I'm pretty sure the Suburban Wives are only getting 6.
Right, that's the thing is I feel like especially on TLC, usually a
Yeah.
debut
It's a 6.
season yeah,
Yeah.
you tend to get, like, really short episodes. I was kinda surprised that they were getting 10.
Yeah. Honestly, if this show was 6 episodes, it would have been, I think, perfectly paced. Because then you
Right.
get 2, maybe 3 of like the love triangle stuff. And then
Yeah.
you get them expanding beyond that and turning up. And then
Yeah.
we end with the drunken ass party and orgy episode.
Right.
And
Yeah, no,
John, and the gag is at the end, I didn't tell you this. The series ends, John on the phone calling his girlfriend, like, oh, we gotta talk. Fade the black, bitch. Fade the black.
That's nuts. No wonder that thing, because I saw that they were already renewed for a season 2. I was like, "No fucking
Yep.
wonder." What
Yeah.
you know, the show is doing well because I've seen a lot of social media engagement about it, and then also, it was kinda hard to find ratings information with it being a newer show, and TLC does I feel like TLC doesn't really put that out that much, but from what I was able to find, it seems like they were averaging throughout this entire season somewhere around 500,000 viewers.
Damn. Good
Yeah,
for
so
them.
I mean, 500,000 is really good for reality TV in 2026.
Yeah. Although I feel like that's just TLC's court. I feel like TLC has a demo that just leave their channel on TLC,
Mhm.
which is to the benefit of this. But also, there's like a core, like, these shows have established a core fan base from Little People, Big World all them years ago to Little Women, which is off the air now. So you have that fan base who kind of
Yeah.
inspired by this. But,
Mhm.
I would, first of all, like I was telling you earlier, they should bring this show to Atlanta. I'd watch Little Singles Atlanta. I'd watch the fuck out of Little Singles Atlanta.
What about Little Singles Potomac?
No, there's enough Jack and Jill people on TV.
Yeah, but I would watch I would watch now. So that's Little People Atlanta would be fun. I would
Little
love
Singles.
Little Singles. Sorry, Little Singles Atlanta. I would
TLC's gonna sue
love.
you for that.
Oh, well, this right here is about all you can take. The damn cat. Uh, but I would watch that. I would watch Little Singles Miami. Let's see some bitches get lit.
Ooh, right? I'm sure there's some messy Cubans they can find a cast on that.
Right? They could go on a cast trip to the damn Caribbean or something.
Ooh, I would love to see a cast trip situation because then you get to see the dimensions of like how is it traveling as a little person. Because you got a
Yeah.
little bit of that with like the car. We saw the pedal extensions. I
Mhm.
was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that's how they did it.
Right.
I would like to
Right,
see
it's
how
kind of those
does
things
air
you don't
travel
think
work.
it's kind of those things
Yeah,
you don't think of because 'cause you're like, "I know that, like, plenty of little people drive, but I never really thought about, like, how they do it, how
yeah.
it works."
Right, and
Uh,
also just getting to visualize it, getting them to like recap their experiences, kind of add some depth to it. So
mhm.
maybe TLC can still, insist that they are the learning channel. I don't know. I feel like we're learning. We were learning,
We learned, we definitely learned,
right? But I mean, honestly, I like that the show establishes they're already on vacation. I like in a house shows, but I also like that it's not solely in the house, that they kind of go out a decent amount. I think
right.
more shows need to adopt this model. I mean, obviously, when you have grown adults, it's kind of like hard. Like, I'm not leaving my family, my lovely house for this. But it seemed like it was a good setup. Everyone was getting their own rooms. There was no really
Yeah,
sharing of the beds. Nobody
yeah,
was sleeping on a couch.
yeah.
So,
I did I did think it was funny though, because one of the things I saw someone say said on Reddit was that the camera angles for a lot of the shots inside of the house was giving Big Brother. I was like, "It kinda is giving Big Brother," especially in
yeah, when they would
the
have like the corner shots downwards into the roof.
yeah, and you would get, like, the night cam footage and shit.
Yeah. And I know Steph's gonna win that HOH. We know who she's putting up.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Um, but yeah, no, yeah, I thought that was kinda funny. Um, as far as I will say, as far as Reddit discourse, with maybe it's just Reddit, but I feel like when I was looking up, like, after I finished watching, when I was looking up, like, Reddit discourse, because there is a Little Singles TLC, like,
I
subreddit,
did see that.
and I saw, like, people are I feel like pretty much all the cast members was getting whacked, like, they were just dragging everybody.
Yeah, except John seemed, well, up until the end,
Yeah.
but John seemed to mostly avoid getting whacked. But, Sammy got hated for being a whore, not being able to
Yeah.
commit. Which to the end, what was that girl's name? Alice? There was some random average height girl that was giving him a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
He claims he's in love with her. He calls his mom and everything. So
That's
it's
crazy.
just adding to the Krista Stephanie dynamic, throwing another girl. So
Yeah.
he's clearly just like, a baby who sees an object, like the object permanence in love is just that's what's
Yeah.
going on there. So he's a damn mess. He got dragged for that.
Yeah.
Krista, at first I didn't understand the heat Krista was getting because I was like,
Yeah.
why y'all hate Krista? But then
Right.
it was called spoiled and this and that. And then I saw the breakfast scene, and then I saw her how she interacted with more men sometimes.
Yeah.
And it came down to when JJ said at one time, like, Krista knows what she's doing. And I
Right.
believe Krista knows what she's doing.
Right.
But I'm entertained by Krista, and I also feel like she's just also exists. Like, she's not doing anything particularly wrong or negative, but
Right. Right.
she does knows what she's doing.
Yeah, no, I feel like I feel like, and honestly, like, I feel like Sammy was, like, probably the worst behaved of them, and he wasn't even that bad. Like, he was just
Yeah,
doing, like, mainly just standard fuckboy shit.
yeah,
Um, I will say, though, Steph Steph, I kind of did start to look at her funny, um, especially because it kinda took me a few episodes to, like, really realize it. But when I looked at the ages, and I saw other people on Reddit talking about this,
yeah,
when I looked at the ages
yeah.
and sh she said that she had a 10-year friendship with Sammy, I'm like, "Okay, so her and Sammy, when they would have met each other, he would have been 16 and she would have been 22." And there was one point where she said that, like, she had been interested in him for a long time, and I don't know, it felt a little funny to me. I was like, "Okay, wait a minute, mister, hold on."
Now we're doing the math.
Yeah, now doing the math, I was like, I don't wanna accuse anybody of
Yeah.
anything, but
Now I want to know what John got to say on that. But no, that's the
right,
interesting part of it. Also, just how she's acting in terms of like relationships and moving is
mhm,
very teen girl coded, which is
right,
part of like it was main the main drain on me watching the beginning half of this show. Was just like,
yeah.
we're really gonna
What
see
I
her
feel
act like
like
this,
what I feel like even though he is I mean, he's young because I mean, he's only 26, and, one thing that 'cause, I don't mind age gap relationships, but one thing that I don't like is I hate it when someone who is, like, older, more mature, like, whatever, or more established, when they, like, choose to, like, pursue somebody who's significantly younger than them, who's at a much younger age, but then they get mad at that person for kind of acting their age. It's
right?
like, if you're gonna date a young guy, you're gonna have to deal with, like, young guy
Right?
shenanigans, and it's not really fair to, like, expect not to.
Right? It's like if we were dating broke 22-year-old twinks and mad they're being broke 22-year-old twinks,
Right, yeah, it's like you can't date a younger person and then get mad at them for just being a younger person.
right? No, it's unfair.
Especially not if she's
But
gonna be like a sugar mama and giving him some money or something.
I just don't know why for me, it was just like, stop, get up. You're too cute to be acting like this.
I know she's like crashing out, talking about I hate being this insecure. I hate feeling this insecure. And I'm like, well, then stop.
Right? Go find another man at LPA. Go turn up.
Right. Although I will say, because I did see some commentary from people talking about how like it does get a little complicated, like when you're in like say in a community like this, like of people with dwarfism, because
Yeah.
it overall is like it's a smaller subset of the population and
Yeah.
everything. So it does, I think, it maybe feels like there's not as many fish in the sea, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I can see that too. It's kind of like,
Gotcha.
especially if you maybe if you're a little person and you'd prefer to be
Mm.
with another person with dwarfism,
Yeah.
and you're not necessarily interested in dating like average height people.
Or even if you just want that to be your friend group, it's like hard. Shit,
Right.
I
Yeah.
even feel like that in the New York City bear parties. I'm like, where's the other bitches at? But
Yeah.
I'm sure they feel the same way.
And
But yeah,
yeah.
and also they have like a trio friendship that it's so enmeshed with, so it does make things complicated. Which
Yeah.
that was an interesting conversation that they had on the show actually, like, "Oh, have you mostly been with little people? Have you had sex with average height people? How was
Yeah.
it a little different?" Which I'm not sure if it was Sammy or John who was just like, "Yeah, and when I'm having sex with another little person, it just feels more intimate. It feels more real."
Yeah.
Which I
I
was just
could
like,
see.
"Oh,
I mean, I feel like it'd be a big difference. Yeah. Like,
it's probably just more like you got each other a little bit more.
right. Someone who understands and yeah.
You don't gotta do no climbing or something. I don't know, no
Right. When I
movement."
feel like it's kind of like if you're especially maybe if you're like hooking up with an average sized person who's never been with a little person before, you're probably kind of having to teach them how to do it,
Right?
essentially, the differences and stuff, which
Yeah, I'm sure
who wants to
Sammy's like,
play
okay, put your legs there, put your back there.
right, like, who wants to play teacher? It's kinda like when you see, like, the whole straight guy fantasy for gay men, and it's like, who wants to take the time to try to teach a straight man how to do it?
Dumb twins with no older brothers.
Oh, ooh, oh, oh,
I'm
you
just
said
saying.
that.
That's the theory I have about gays who like to crush on straight men. If they have older brothers, they're immune from that bullshit.
Yeah, they
But you know what?
understand,
Sometimes older siblings have to take a risk for the rest of the bitches, and I love
right?
that for them. But this is a podcast hosted by two youngest siblings, so
Right, yeah, we're a couple of third borns, so we got our own set of issues. But, so how overall, now that it's all said and done, the first season's over, we know they've been renewed for season 2, like, how are you feeling about the show? Are you looking forward to the next season?
I'm not gonna lie. I was talking shit in the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna watch this shit again. But start to spice up. Start to spice up. After we got over the
Now
love
we got
triangle,
ya.
everyone's mixing up their little love interest. I'm like intrigued, and I think at its baseline is like a kind of a nice show. Like it's not too dark, it's not too evil. They're not insulting each other, calling each other names. Like
Right,
somebody called each other a bitch one time. It was like a whole conversation. Like it's that kind of. It's not bad. It's from
right,
the
right,
furthest end of the spectrum, the bad.
right,
If
and, like,
that's what you like and that's what you value in your TV, you're gonna enjoy that. But also manifest in a way where I'm just like, oh, I'm kind of rooting for these people overall.
right, that's the thing is, like, I didn't hate anybody, like, it
Yeah,
was
even Sammy, I'm like, I want you to figure it out, find some love. His mom is hilarious. I want to see her visit because
right.
she got me cracking up on the phone.
Well, because the thing is with someone like Sammy, like, the things that the bad things about him are, like, really could just boil down to, like, age and immaturity and whatnot, and it's like,
Yeah,
you'll be able to grow up.
yeah, and like also like, probably insecurity, like wanting to date average height women, like as
Right,
a little person.
right, he's not
She's
just
probably
like a
trying to
kid.
overcompensate with the masculinity. It's like it's a lot.
Yeah, but, yeah, no, I enjoyed it. But I mean, they drew you in. John had that little phone call and cliffhanger at the end, he was like, "Gotcha,
Right,
bitch."
John had that little phone call, and then JJ was saying that she wants John now, but she was also messing with Jamari.
Yeah,
And then I don't know. Every scene Krista was on, I was kind of intrigued. I
that
don't know if Krista black or not. Like, there's a lot of questions that are left unanswered for me
next week
that I
on
would like
Little
to explore.
Singles, DNA tests, 23andMe.
Sponsored by 23andMe this episode.
I can't. Not not they're about to Robin and
And I
Giselle.
want to know who do Krista install. I want to know who do Krista install. Or is that her real hair?
Her hair does look good. Whether it's her real hair or not, it does look good.
Right? She got a little frontal. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to whoever she goes to. You're gonna see me. I'm gonna have a bust down next week.
But, but clearly TLC is investing in this show. I mean, they got 10
Mhm.
episodes. Doesn't seem
Yeah.
like there's any reunion or anything scheduled, but
Yeah.
I know TLC loves to do those kind of rewatch shows where it's literally the cast member sitting on a couch watching the show,
Yeah.
and then they'll air that for an hour as a show.
Well,
So maybe they'll do that for this. I don't
well,
know.
they love to call a reunion a tell-all. They love a tell-all.
That's true. That is their terminology. Tell-alls.
They love a
There's no
tell-all.
tell-all, but
We don't watch the Sister Wives of
hosted
the
by
tell-all.
Kevin Frazier or somebody random.
I can't.
We should get the host. If we were to host a little singles reunion,
We would
what
have a
would you be
time.
asking? What would you be asking?
Well, I know what you'd be asking Crystal.
Krista, we cousins.
Are you black? Are you some kind of Italian?
Some kind of. And she hits me with the, what color do you think I am? I might fall out. But you know what? I would ask Jordana, JJ, what she meant by doing your hot girl thing, because I want to elaborate on that conversation.
I would. I feel like I would want to be dramatic. I'd be like, Steph, what does life after Sammy look like for you? Well, because
and she's gonna start sobbing immediately.
Well, because my thing is in my line of work as a banker, they trained me, don't ask a closed-ended question. That can't be yes or no with an answer. You got to ask an open-ended question.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's some good journalistic training. That's some good cross training.
that's the you can't be asking Do you have credit card debt? You gotta be asking, why are you in so much credit card debt?
And I'm gonna say because somebody put a cable bill in my name when I was 4. Even though you can see damn well that the charges are from last year.
Know that. Well, would you recommend this show to our note takers if they haven't watched yet?
um, I think if you like more casual, nice viewing, like sometimes housewives are married to medicine is too mean coded for you.
Yeah,
Maybe this is your kind of show.
I can see
If
that.
you love the
I
Little
can see
People
that.
Big World, you like a casual watch. If you
It's
like
very
Summer House, it's very chill.
yeah, no pun intended, but it's very accessible. Because you can watch it, I think, on like the TLC Go app. I watched on HBO Max.
Mhm.
I think if you have a Prime membership, you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Mm. I watched it on your Max mainly, but then I watched the last episode on like live on Sling TV.
Yeah. So I mean
So
it's you can
speaking
watch
of
it.
accessible, wait, the accessible sex toy scene that was kind of iconic too. No, and that employee, she looked like she knew her shit. I was like, oh, this is a bad bitch.
Oh yeah, bitches that work in sex toy shops or sex shops, they're on another level. They're evolved.
Right? No, she looked like she was like happy to help. She's like, oh no, they have some accessible toys now, like longer handles. She showed them. They were like, ooh. Because Steph said she never had an orgasm, so she went and got her one. And I would ask her that as the reunion.
Have you had an
I would give the Adele Gibbons. Did you come, motherfucker?
and I would be looking around talking about, well, how very inappropriate.
Well, I'm inspired by LaToya Jackson
Well, I think
to make the most out of being the least
are.
talented sibling.
I think we're all inspired by LaToya Jackson to an extent.
Yeah. I'm
But
just saying, she did impressive work to be the least talented sibling.
right. Well,
And contrary to popular belief, my siblings are I'm probably the least talented sibling, but I'm so amazing too. Which just shows how high the bar was.
right. And
But I'm
I
more
I
of a Janet.
I think I have my talents. They're unorthodox, but I have my talents.
I,
I have yeah.
I think you're the most talented sibling in your family.
Oh well, thank you, thank you.
But I don't know. Can your sister juggle? She said she could juggle.
I've never seen her juggle, but maybe she can. I've never bore witness to it.
Okay, bore witness. Now you in Game of Thrones.
Yep, yep. And I want that bitch Cersei to know it was me. Uh,
Ooh. Oh
but
my lord.
if y'all also like political assassination, that's what they do on that show, right? On Game of Thrones.
I mean, yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I mean, pretty much.
That's kind of what it all is, right? It's just much of that. Well, and
Yeah, a lot of
if y'all
political
like that amongst
assassinations,
other things, if y'all
kidnappings.
like that amongst other things, feel free to tune into the rest of our content. We got a long ass library of episodes. And we are also all over the social medias. You can find us on a Real Note Pod. We are on the Clock app, on TikTok. We're on X. We're on Blue Sky. We're on Instagram. You may be watching this on YouTube right now. We're on Threads. We're everywhere. So feel free to check us out. And as always, if you have suggestions or feedback, feel free to leave those for us too. We're happy to take a look
Right.
and maybe cover some things.
And next week we're back with our Married to Medicine recap with season 5.
Yes.
Period.
That's thing.
And
We're very excited for that. I'm always ready to talk about Dr. Heavenly.
this is a good season. All the husbands acting out.
I know. I think no. It's from the moment you told me that when you finished season 4 and you like had an autoplay into the opening of season 5, I was like, whoa. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna get into some things, but that's next week. We'll be paging y'all then. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for listening / watching. Bye.